So let's look at this in reverse. Let's look at relationships when they don't have shepherding taking place in their lives. And Jesus begins to tell us what it begins to look like when people go throughout life without shepherding. And in Matthew 9:36, he says this: when Jesus saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Now, harassed and helpless. I know at first glance that really doesn't sound too bad. But when you begin to dig into the type of language that Jesus used when he said it, it really is something profound. It's very striking. The word harassed is the English word selected to represent the Greek word skulo. Now, when you hear something like that, you immediately think of maybe a heavy metal band or a character in a video game, which, by the way, there is actually that. But this word skulo, that looks like the word skull, means this. It means to fillet to the bone, to rend or to mangle. Now, when you put that in there, this visceral nature of the statement is really shocking. And I have to say, when I first read it and I looked at what the Greek word meant, I was really kind of put back. It seemed like a grotesque caricature of human experience, and I was a little surprised that Jesus would use it. That he would say that people who were not being shepherded, it was like they were being flayed to the bone, that the meat and the skin of their lives was being removed from them. It's what happens to us when relationships lack tending or shepherding. The meat of the relationship begins to get flayed. The beauty of the relationship begins to be removed. It's what happens to an untended child that's getting bullied at school. It's what happens to a preteen girl when she is led by boys onto Snapchat instead of being shepherded by her father. It's what happens to years of marriage when couples abandon shepherding and tending to their relationship and choose rather to fight for their rights and constantly revisit past mistakes. When relationships are not tended to, when they are not shepherded, served and sacrificed for, they are flayed to the bone, to the skull.